Hi there, this is Adrienne Green, Realtor, and I wanted to follow up on my recent video about what it's like to live on well water with a What It's Like to Live on Well Water Part 2. So if you are somebody who's considering buying a house that's on well water, or you are newly living in a house on well water and you want to know what it's like, what you need to keep in mind, make sure to check out that last video after you watch this one. So what it's like living on well water Part 2. I have a couple big considerations that you want to keep in mind as you live on well water. And the first is, so what about when the power goes out? Do you have a generator? If you have a generator and it's hooked up to your well pump, great. Ignore this next tip. But if you do not have a generator that's hooked up to your well pump, keep in mind that if you lose power, you lose the ability to get water in your house. You will be limited to just the water that is in your pressure tank, and that's it. So if you notice where your water comes into your house, you have a pressure tank. Often it's blue. It's kind of shaped almost like a ball, and there is some water in that, but keep in mind there's air in that too. So that is not entirely full of water, and whatever water is in that pressure tank is the entirety of the water you can get while you have no power, unless you've got that generator. So what a lot of people do if they are on a well is first they get a generator, or if they don't have a generator, then if you know a storm is coming where you might lose power, especially since if you're on well water, you're often in the country, you're often more likely to lose power in a storm than houses in the city. What people do is they fill up their bathtubs. All right, they fill up their bathtubs, or they have other ways to keep water on hand. So at the very least, they can just take a bucket, scoop water from the bathtub, and flush the toilets, or have water on hand for, let's say, take a bucket, wash your hands. You can use that bucket to pour water over your hands and rinse them off. Especially, I have little kids, and we're washing their hands all the time. And, wet wipes, they get the dirt off, but they're not sanitizing. So I like to have water on hand when the power goes out, just so I can make sure my kids keep washing their hands. I do have a generator that can run my well pump, but I have to start that generator myself. It isn't one that auto kicks on like you might have with a propane system, or it's not a whole house generator like that. So I try to only use it for longer power outages, and therefore it's nice to have a little water on hand if we just have a short power outage. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is that if you have a well system, like I said in my last video, you are your own water treatment system. And part of what a water treatment system does is they test the water periodically. And so if you're on well water, you should be testing your water on an annual basis. You can take samples of water and send them off to be tested. There are also home testing systems that you can buy on Amazon or places like that to test the water yourself here at home. We do it about every year, and my kids, now granted they're young, they think it's fun. We say it's a homeschool science experiment, and they go through it, and it's a maybe 15-minute process. Other than the bacteria aspect of the test, which is you have to let the vial sit for, I believe it's 2 days, to see if it reacts and if there's bacteria in your water. But the rest of it takes maybe 15 minutes. So if you are on well water, keep in mind that if you don't have a generator that's going to keep your well pump running, you would like to store water when there's likely to have a power outage, because you will not have water. And 2, you should be testing your water on an annual basis to make sure that nothing has changed and there's no pollutants or other nasty stuff in the water. If you are looking to buy or sell a house that's on a well system, I'd be happy to help. That's one of my specialties. Please reach out for a consultation. Or if you have any other questions about living on a well, just post in the comments below or reach out, and I'm always happy to help. Adrienne Green, Realtor here. Thank you, and have a great day.